The studio lights hummed the way they always did, soft but relentless, bathing the set in that familiar glow America had trusted for decades. But this morning felt different. Not chaotic, not dramatic, just subtly off. Cameras adjusted, producers whispered through headsets, and somewhere between the countdown and the opening music, something unspoken passed between two anchors who had shared a desk for years. In high-pressure spaces like morning television, composure is currency. Viewers expect warmth, intelligence, steadiness. They rarely see the emotional calibration happening beneath the surface. Live television leaves no room for unraveling. It demands presence even when sleep was short, even when headlines are heavy, even when personal worries hover quietly in the background. And yet, behind every polished broadcast is a human being navigating life in real time, just like everyone else. The sisterhood behind the desk. In competitive industries, genuine friendship can be rare. Morning television, with its ratings battles and endless scrutiny, is no exception. Yet something powerful happens when two women choose collaboration over rivalry. The public may see coordinated outfits and synchronized banter, but what sustains longevity is trust. Trust built in commercial breaks. Trust built in shared glances when breaking news arrives unexpectedly. Trust built in text messages sent late at night before major interviews. Female partnership in media is often underestimated. It is framed as fragile or strategic. In reality, it can be deeply protective. When one voice wavers, the other steadies the rhythm. When one carries a heavier emotional load, the other subtly adjusts. That dynamic is not performance, it is practiced care. And in a space where millions are watching, that kind of unspoken support becomes a lifeline. Public strength, private processing. There is a myth that people who appear calm during pressure must not feel fear. The truth is usually the opposite. Professionals trained in live broadcasting learn to compartmentalize emotion in order to function. The brain splits tasks. Speak clearly, track timing, listen to producers, absorb information. Personal feelings are temporarily placed on a shelf, not erased, just postponed. After the show ends, after makeup is removed and microphones are clipped off, those feelings often return. This pattern is not unique to television anchors, doctors in emergency rooms, pilots in turbulence, teachers during crises, all practice similar discipline. The cost is rarely discussed. Emotional delay can look like invincibility from the outside, but inside, it is simply focus. Strength is not the absence of reaction, it is the decision to respond at the right time. Reinvention in the second act. There is something deeply courageous about reinvention later in life. Many people quietly accept comfort once they reach career stability. Others feel an internal nudge toward something different, a new chapter, a slower pace, or perhaps a braver one. In public-facing careers, that decision becomes magnified. Viewers form attachments, change feels personal, yet growth does not expire at a certain age. The idea that professional women must either cling to a role or disappear entirely is outdated. Reinvention can mean shifting priorities, exploring passion projects, deepening family life, or simply redefining success. It requires self-awareness and often faith. And it takes courage to step into uncertainty when millions have grown used to seeing you exactly where you are. Reinvention is not escape, it is evolution. The invisible weight of expectation. Expectations gather quietly over time. Audiences expect consistency, networks expect ratings, families expect presence, colleagues expect reliability. The individual at the center absorbs all of it. For women especially, cultural narratives about being nurturing yet ambitious, polished yet authentic, strong yet soft, create constant balancing acts. The tension is subtle but persistent. Smile warmly, ask sharp questions, be relatable, be authoritative. These dualities are exhausting if not consciously managed, and yet many women navigate them with remarkable skill. They develop emotional intelligence as a survival tool. They sense shifts in tone. They anticipate needs before they are voiced. From the outside, it looks seamless. On the inside, it is active, ongoing labor. Recognizing that invisible effort does not diminish professionalism, It honors it. Faith as a quiet anchor. For some, faith becomes the steady thread running beneath public life, not as spectacle, but as grounding. A prayer whispered before airtime, a scripture remembered during uncertainty, a belief that purpose exists beyond ratings and applause. Faith does not remove stress, but it can reshape how stress is interpreted. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" it invites, "What can this teach me?" In industries driven by image and immediacy, spiritual grounding offers perspective. Careers rise and shift, public opinion fluctuates, social media reacts instantly. Faith, for those who hold it, remains slower and steadier. It becomes a private refuge when the public stage feels overwhelming. Whether rooted in religion, meditation, or personal philosophy, that internal anchor often explains how someone continues showing up with grace year after year. Friendship as emotional armor. In high-visibility environments, vulnerability must be chosen carefully. That is where authentic friendship becomes powerful. A trusted colleague who sees beyond the polished exterior can offer relief from constant performance. Laughter shared off-camera restores balance. Honest conversations in dressing rooms or after long production meetings allow emotions to surface safely. Friendship does not eliminate pressure, but it diffuses isolation. Especially for women navigating leadership roles, having another woman who understands the specific scrutiny and double standards can be transformative. It shifts the narrative from competition to community. And community, even in small doses, strengthens resilience. The public may never witness those private exchanges, but their impact shows up in confidence, steadiness, and the ability to weather storms without fracturing publicly. The humanity behind the headlines. Audiences consume headlines quickly. They celebrate successes, analyze interviews, and speculate about changes. What is often forgotten is that behind every headline is a human routine. School pickups, aging parents, health appointments, quiet evenings, ordinary worries. Fame magnifies achievements, but does not erase everyday life. In fact, it can complicate it. Maintaining privacy while living publicly requires boundaries. It requires choosing which parts of yourself to offer and which to protect. That boundary setting is not secrecy, it is self-preservation. When public figures remain composed during personal transitions, it does not mean nothing is happening. It simply means they have chosen dignity over display. And dignity, especially in an era hungry for oversharing, is a powerful statement. Choosing grace over drama. In a digital landscape that rewards sensationalism, restraint can seem almost radical. Drama generates clicks, speculation generates conversation, but grace generates longevity. Professionals who choose measured responses instead of reactive ones often sustain careers for decades. They understand that not every rumor deserves oxygen, and not every assumption requires correction. This discipline is not weakness, it is strategic calm. For viewers, it may appear uneventful. For the individual living it, it is deliberate strength. The decision to keep certain struggles private protects both family and mental health. It also models something increasingly rare, that privacy is not shameful, it is sacred, and choosing grace in moments where drama would be easier speaks volumes about character. A reflection we can all share. Perhaps what draws people to stories of public women navigating change is recognition. We see our own balancing acts reflected back. We know what it feels like to perform competence while carrying quiet concerns. We understand the pressure to remain steady for others. Whether in a newsroom, a classroom, a hospital, or a living room, strength often looks similar. It is waking up and showing up. It is answering questions even when your mind is elsewhere. It is choosing collaboration over rivalry. It is reinventing yourself when a chapter ends. And it is leaning on friendship and faith when the lights feel too bright. The studio may belong to television, but resilience belongs to everyone.